Good morning, dear friends. Today, the readings show us the significance of fasting. In the first reading, the prophet Isaiah presents us with two different types of fasting. And the first kind of fasting is showing us a hypocritical kind of fasting. This is when people do all the outward appearances of fasting, but at the same time, their heart doesn't practice justice and there is no love for the needs of one another. And this kind of fasting, God is not pleased with it because people do evil things and then at the same time they fast also, and there is no point in this kind of fasting. God is asking, is this really an acceptable fast? And Isaiah also teaches us that there is one more kind of fasting, that when we fast, we also practice love from our heart, love for our neighbor. And this kind of fasting is what pleases the Lord. The Lord sees the heart. He sees if we practice deeds of justice, deeds of righteousness, deeds of love. And along with that, when there is fasting, this kind of fasting pleases the Lord. And today in the gospel reading also, the disciples of John ask Jesus about the practice of fasting. And Jesus says that his disciples will fast one day when the bridegroom is taken away from them. And when the bridegroom is with them, it is not a time of fasting, it is a time of rejoicing. And today, we also need to understand that there will be different seasons in our life. Whenever we have Jesus in our life, Jesus is the bridegroom and we are his bride. And whenever Jesus is present in our life, we rejoice in his presence, we experience him, and that is the time when we fully enjoy our relation with him. But there will be seasons in our life when we need to deepen our faith, when we feel that we have gone far away from the Lord. And that is a time when we need to fast, when we need to strengthen ourselves spiritually. We need to come closer to God. We need to strengthen our faith and our relationship with God. And that is the time when we need to fast. Fasting is to experience Jesus more deeply, it is to enjoy in his presence. It is to regain that lost relationship with him, to experience him more deeply. And that is when we need to fast, Jesus says. Because let us remember, this bridegroom, Jesus, he has laid his life down for us and he poured out his blood so that his bride may be cleansed. And today, we all, being the bride of Jesus, we need to experience that love of the Lord more and more deeply. And when we truly fast with a clean heart, that is when we can experience his love more deeply. We can experience his presence in our life, we can hear his voice in our life. And that is the kind of fast that pleases God. And not only putting an external show of fasting, but internally truly seeking God, loving him and loving our neighbor also. This is the kind of fast that pleases God. Thank you. God bless you.